the discrepancy on the color of the root chakra, and I've keep coming across this, a massive discrepancy. The majority say it's red, and some people say it's yellow, and I've got experience in it, and I say it's yellow, right? Because that's what I see, and I've got a practical experience. So I want to discuss that in this video today. I feel it's something that I need to mention because this is a very highly controversial issue, and will bring about certain light on the authenticity of the books from which these things come from, right? So, not that we're trying to decry or negatively or downgrade, the knowledge, but we need to be a woke society, right? So, for those of you who like the contents of my videos, please don't forget to press like and subscribe, because this will greatly help my channel to reach out to more people. I would highly appreciate your assistance, really, from the bottom of my heart. You don't know how much you'll be helping me and my channel not to attain this. And then also, for those of you who don't know me, I am Osman, hashtag the blind Muslim yogi. I'm a bioenergy healer on a master level with telepathic healing capabilities, specializing in critical care recovery and terminal illnesses, especially after you failed with medical treatments and people, and nothing else is working. That's where I've taken over. My success rate is over 90% with critical care recovery and terminal illnesses from after medical science has failed, and then they're giving you, a few weeks, a few days, or few months to live, right? And also amongst a host of other illnesses like physiological, psychological, and spiritual ailments, right? I can heal those as well. And then I'm also an advanced level yoga and meditation teacher, having been practicing this art form for almost 50 years and teaching it now for 46 years, totally free, mind you. For all these 46 years in yoga, I don't charge money ever, right? And that's why I've created this channel, to educate people and to create the protocols, and the protocols are all there, but I'm going to try to put them under a playlist so it makes it easier for you to access them. Hopefully I can do this as soon as possible, right? Within the next few days, so that you can access them and get the knowledge for free, from decades of experience and teaching for 46 years. And I've in that period created my own unique protocols, which you're going to get for free, of course, or you are getting for free, and basically making them simpler, faster, easier, quicker, more time efficient, and results oriented, right? And without need for initiation and getting diksha and all that, right? So, and to that end, I now have students in over 100 countries. And my favorite protocol is my 5-minute yoga and meditation program, which you can download for free by visiting my website, yogawellness786.com, right? So also you can get more information about my services there as well. So also remember that my therapies are all natural based and not a replacement for medical treatment. So coming back to this discrepancy, so I experienced it. I mean, I've studied yoga, meditation theoretically and so forth, but I couldn't memorize which color is which chakra and so forth, right? I was like 10 years old when I started to study it. And the first time these things opened, I was like 32 years old, right? When I saw the colors, learned to see the colors of the chakras. And you could see it with your naked eye, right? I could see it with my naked eye. Other people couldn't see it because it is through the medium of my spiritual eye that I'm seeing. But open eye, and I put my hand, I can see the color. Like like someone turned the globe in the room and turned it that color, and I was surrounded by that. But including with the color, it was like I was immersed in some type of plasma when I reached the first level. It's like you're in a flow state. Right, so that is the second chakra, is the flow state chakra, where you're getting the second wind, or you the flow. You can write poetry. You can, in that flow state. That means it's open, just that you can't see the color, right? So I was taught how to see the color. You just have to, like, use a, like, you look at any point, right, anywhere, and stay at one point, right? Of course, blink whenever necessary. So maybe take a piece of paper and put a red dot or a black dot or a whatever, green dot, whatever color you want, like a big enough piece that you're going to see it. It's not going to disappear on you because it's too small. It's going to, like, your eyes going to get play tricks on you, and the small dot will disappear. Something big enough that you can see. But look at an image, right? Just look at an image in front of you, and just stare, or a vase or a flower or something, right? You just stare at it. Don't move your eyes to the left or right. Just keep it fixed gaze and just staring at it, and until you get used to it, and then try to breathe in through your nose and try to be very relaxed. Be relaxed and meditate with your open eyes, right? So your focus is not going to be on your breath, it's going to be on that object or that dot or that flame or that small piece of light, whatever, but one pointed, right? You keep on keeping on until, if you're practicing yoga for a while and breath work and so forth, your chakras will be unblocked. Automatically, it will allow your Kundalini to awaken safely at a mind level. That's when you can see the colors, right? Because it's rising into the chakra and energizing the chakra, and you could see the color. So the first color you're going to notice is going to be yellow, which I noticed was yellow, right? And then as I continued, I thought that that was the only color, right? So I continued, and every time I used to get amazed, right? And I see, and then it comes surrounded yellow, and the picture that I was looking at also became like lifelike, right? And like a three-dimensional picture from a proper photo picture, right? It's like it's like it's alive, right? And it's like I'm in a different frequency, right? But everything around me was yellow. And then eventually, one fine day, about 2 months or so later, right, or a couple of weeks later, it went to yellow, and then it went to the next color, like golden color, right, like a mustard, deeper yellow, right? So then every time I meditate, it'll go to the first color for a while, and then after a while, go to the second color. Means it's now rising up the spine. And then that after a few weeks of practicing that, by surprise, it went to yellow, and then it went to, after a while, it went to the, the golden color, and then after a while, it went to red, and then it kept going that sequence, right? So first was yellow, then golden, then red, right? In my experience, right? So I've experienced it yellow. So there are some scholars, minority, right, that say that it is yellow, the Muladhara is yellow, and the Manipura, the third chakra, is red, right? So I was searching, because how come I'm seeing it the opposite way, right? What is the reason, Because I know a lot of people say the Muladhara is red, right? And the Manipuraga is yellow, the color of the sun, right? And the first chakra is red, right? And this is the color. But there are people. So then I started to study what does the Upanishad says. So majority translations of the Upanishads and schools of thought say red. That's where the story of red. But not all schools of thought, depending which school of thought, because there's different disciplic succession and paramparas, right? There are some schools of thought authentic from Rishikesh and authentic going for centuries or thousands of years and so forth, right? That say it's also yellow, right? So it is the minority, albeit but from my experience, it's showing it is yellow. Then I came across a video on YouTube. The name of the channel is Blossom Foundation, and it was on the the Kriya Yoga recorded during the spring of 2023. Something about troubleshooting or advanced Kriya, or questions about Kriya, something, not just Kriya, just something like that, right? But it says in the description during spring 2023, because I've got so many Kriya videos there, right? In that video, Shri M, right? You can Google Shri M. He's a very well respected um, uh, teacher of yoga sciences, and his knowledge of the Upanishads and the Vedic literatures and so forth is very amazing, right? If you listen to his lectures, and then he was giving this lecture, and he himself said it's yellow. The first one is yellow, and then the third one is a red, and then his students started to question him. They said, "No, but we were told that it is red, not yellow." He says, "No, he's for sure," and he quoted a particular book, right? It is something about the Naga Kundalini book or something, right? Something like that. You can go and check the video for yourself. I couldn't remember that name because these names are difficult, to remember, the Indian names and Sanskrit names, right? Um, so he is very well respected, right? He appeared on a, just for some verification, or not only from what he says, he appeared on a podcast, spirituality podcast called Beer Biceps. What an amazing name. You'll never forget that, Beer Biceps, right? It's also called the Ranveer Show, but if you search for Beer Biceps, you're going to find that in YouTube, right? That channel. And where he's interviewing Sri M. Ranveer is the host, he's interviewing Sri M. I think he interviewed 2 or 3 interviews. In one of the interviews on the show, he materialized in his hand a Rudraksha bead, right? Like a round bead, right? In his hand, in front of Ranveer, and he gave it to him, and he said, "Do you want to wear it around your neck? I'll even create a hole for you, please." And Ranveer was like speechless; he couldn't even answer. And Shri M had to repeat 2 or 3 times, "Please tell me quickly. You want me to do it? I will make a hole for you." That's why. He said, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, make the hole." And we he just blew into it, and a hole appeared in the middle of it. And it's a hard seed. He didn't use drill or anything. He did a, and a hole appeared. You say, okay, now you can put a string to it, right? And gave it. It is in that podcast, and of course, Ranveer is got 8.5 million viewers, and he doesn't at that point, right? Subscribers. He's not doing it to gain more subscribers, and you can contact him. He's a authentic guy, right? To find out, and you can even, I mean. 3M is also, contactable as well, right? And he says this is nothing, this miracles are nothing. Anyone can do it. Even you don't need to be very elevated, right? There is some tricks that they use to it. So these siddhis are not should be your goal. This miracle shouldn't be your goal, right? It is something side effect that comes during advancement. So I mean, he's got that ability. Is on some level of advancement, right? To be able to this thing. So and myself, I'm practicing. So I'm maybe a nobody in this field, right? But my verification is that I'm practicing it for like almost 50 years, teaching for 46 years, studied under different schools of thought, and I'm an energy healer on a mastery level, specializing in critical care recovery and terminal illnesses, doing it telepathically, and my clients normally come to me after medical science has failed. So usually stage 4 cancer or critical ICU person is in intensive care unit in hospital, all medical protocols has failed, and they're giving them a few days to live. They're calling the family, to say their goodbyes and so forth, because they want to pull out their life support systems, because they don't not expecting the person to live, right? It's going to be few days, and I come in, and my success rate is over 90% with this, right? With the energy healing telepathically, right? I'm healing so I've got some power, and of course you can test, right? You can have some type of, I can't heal 100% of illnesses, 90%, which is about 16,000 illnesses out of the 18,000 illnesses. But to my credit, medical science can only heal 4,000 illnesses, right? Of the 18,000 known illnesses, right? So I can heal 16,000, right? 4 times more. What may, so this is something, some authenticity to my word, right? That now comes, that begs the question, that I found so many of these Upanishads and the schools of thought that says it's red, and there are some that says it's yellow, right? Different schools. That means if there's one mistake, how many other mistakes, how many other discrepancies are there? Because this is a discrepancy. There's some version that says yellow, some version says red, right? So how many other discrepancies are there? And these are the majority, right? That says it's red. That says the wrong, in my opinion, is the wrong thing, right? So it's not my opinion, it's my experience. And I'm not crazy. I'm someone advanced in yoga and meditation. I'm advanced in pranayama practices. Someone advanced in pranayama practices, reaching the higher levels, the advanced levels. It is not possible that they're going to have any psychological problems. This is one thing. 90% of physical illnesses will not affect those who are advanced in pranayama, but 100% of psychological illnesses will not affect, will not come onto it. It means if there is some inherent physical phenomena in the brain that is demented or born deformed, you're going to have that. That's a physical deformation, not caused by psychological means, right? But some other psychological problem, old age, losing, getting dementia, schizophrenia, and all types of schizo, all types of psychosis and so forth, is not going to generally affect someone like me, right? So that's normally the rule of thumb, right? Of it. So if there's such discrepancies, how many things else. And also we have to realize how many thousands of years or how many hundreds of years have gone by. Can there be interpolations? Can there be mistakes? Yes, but there are major gurus coming in major YouTube platforms where there's millions of subscribers coming and speaking and says it's red, the wrong thing. So, and they claiming to be teachers and they want to, you to, do initiation. So they want to initiate you and so forth. And they have schools and they have students and they got so many classes and they got so many lessons and you can subscribe to the lessons and they are known, so many thousands of people are following them as well. So it is really a massive scam on the rise. So we need to be learn to be a woke community. So sorry for using the word scam, right? But it is that, right? Misleading people. Keep an open mind, right? And don't claim that you know certain things. You're in certain level. You don't even know the basics. What the color of Muladhara, first chakra. It's a basic chakra before you can initiate people, right? Or claim to be a guru or a teacher and so forth, right? So hope that information helps you and take care of yourself always.